Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talked to your mayor.
Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yay!
I'm ADA protected.
When I was young, it seemed that life was so wonderful. A miracle, oh, it was beautiful. When I was young, it seemed that life was so wonderful. A miracle, oh, it was beautiful. When I was young, it seemed that life was so wonderful.
Chapter 7, nah, more like chapter deceive. Hiding from the lawsuits, a new trick up your sleeve. Paperwork, flimsy truth, taking a dive. Drowning paperwork, then buried alive. Fraudulent baller, playing the game. Dodging the heat while fueling the flame. Thinking you slick, now we see through the scheme. Bankruptcy, fraud, that's stealing the dream. Stacks of life folded, origami finesse. You're bleeding broke, but your dollar screams success. Got the 56K, the attention, the bond goes sweet. But in court you crying, I can't make ends meet. Heavy face abuse, gavel about to drop. Your lies are crumbling, your case is a flop. Fake tears streaming, crocodile flow. But the fraud you pulling, everybody knows. Fraudulent baller, playing the game. Dodging the heat while fueling the flame. Thinking you slick, now we see through the scheme. Bankruptcy, fraud, that's stealing the dream. Money trail messy, footprints in the sand. Everybody watching, receipts in their hands. Lawyers on your neck, think you know what a scheme. But your team discussed it all on their live stream.
Now you're pumped in balloons about selling your jewelry? Your jewelry in Diddy Creek. Are you kidding me? 3 cellular providers not produced in Discovery. Are any of those brain cells on?
You lied to the court and left your donors misled. Saying 6K was for fighting when you'd already fled. Winning the case, this is only delays. A courtroom race and you running relays.
Stop selling jewelry. Stop taking out loans. Seriously, stop.
What's up, folks? How's it going? Welcome to another $6,000 grift. That's right.
What's up, everybody?
6,000 again for
Another 6?
That's
What
amazing.
is it with that number?
Yeah, it's very strange. I'm wondering. You would think that people, last time might have gotten the hint that maybe that's not a good number for them. But apparently, I mean, some people have given about,
Or maybe it is
$700 today. Or
Oh, wow. People are giving it money. You've got to be kidding me.
Yep. It's crazy.
How?
Isn't it?
Who are you
Well,
people who keep throwing money
well,
at
we
this
don't
woman?
know. Okay, so here's the kicker to it. Some of the people they are quote unquote anonymous, so they could be the main, jackasses behind all of this. For all we know that Marla has been talking about funding the whole thing, which I think is pretty funny. She was posting about that Sunday.
Yeah,
This
especially considering how she's been treated.
Yeah, man. I mean, what's up? I mean, Lynette has talked about her like a dog, and she just keeps, licking the hand that smacks her. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. I've
It
never
is.
seen anybody act like that. Like she's being mistreated and she sticks in there.
I like how they
Whatever.
tried to put it all under John too. Wink,
Uh-huh.
wink, it's all for John. It's like, wait a minute, isn't that lawyer for both of you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Also, what case is this for, allegedly?
I'm guessing it's Ohio, so I think that's what they're saying, again, I mean, it's not, the interesting thing is it doesn't say for sure what it's over. In fact, the way that it's set up, well, we'll pull it up here. The way that it's stated, it could be for anything. They've made it sound like, again, it's for Ohio, but it doesn't say that.
Yeah.
It's noted as a PayPal.
It could be for Saran Wrap again.
Mm-hmm. It could be for anything. It could be, it doesn't actually say what it's for. This is the ignorant thing about people giving to it. It says legal fees to fight a frivolous protection order. So you assume that this is going to be Ohio, but it doesn't exactly state that. Again, you saw how they warped the last fighting for cases. They called that bankruptcy filing. So fighting a frivolous protection order could mean that they want $6,000 to drive there. Who knows?
Right.
Maybe they need a brand new computer so they can run off better copies. I mean, it doesn't say for a lawyer.
No, it doesn't. It just says legal fees, but that could be anything.
Yeah,
I
can't
can't believe you people are giving hundreds of dollars to this grift. No transparency. You're just giving money for something that is not going to be used for what they said it was.
Yeah, and it never has been. And
Not once.
I mean, the last time, you would think after that last time that people would have learned like a lesson. They would have learned a really valuable lesson too,
You know what they say about fools and their money.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of well, the one thing about this too is it doesn't actually state who these dollar dues are coming from. They're anons. You see them right there, so they're hiding right here.
How much does that anonymous person? Is that $371?
Yeah, $371 on this one. And
what a weird amount.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, isn't it? 371 is a strange number,
Maybe they had to put some of it on one card and some on another.
I don't know. Maybe that's a conversion rate for a overseas donor.
Look, if you're going into debt for these people, you're out of your damn mind. Take care of yourselves and your families. Like Christmas is coming, the holidays are here. Like, don't throw your money away on this ridiculous tilting at windmills thing. They're never going to use the money for what they say they're using it for.
Well, they've had, it's not even that. They've already had enough money to have done this several times over. And the garbage that they keep saying about bringing in lawyers, they're being coy about it. And the ecosystem is propping it up. What's really insulting here is you had the Fats, and the Fats were talking about the other day how they had a bulldog of a lawyer lined up before. They were going to be lined up for Ohio. And I kept thinking, why didn't they use that bulldog of a lawyer then? Wouldn't that make sense if they had one instead of picking up this guy that nobody seems to want to take credit for? Wouldn't it have made sense to, I don't know, get the other guy? But what do I know, right? What do I know?
There's something wrong. They're sitting on at least $18,000 by Fleece's own admission. They're sitting on $18,000 of money that was raised for Lynette. Why don't they just give her the money and she can use it for what she wants? I mean, I know we've been saying this for a long time, but it's weird to be asking people for another $6,000 when you're sitting on 18 with her name on it.
Amen. I agree. I agree. There's been I don't know, man. There's just something so strange about all of this stuff. Like all of it. It is the weirdest money grift that I have ever tried to follow and understand, you know?
Mhm.
I mean, and again, they have people that are giving money that, I mean, ultimately you don't know who they are. So it could be anyone or anything that is dropping money in there. I mean, we don't really know.
Right.
Oh, it's so crazy. Yeah. But yeah, they also, so the description here, I'm being attacked by a YouTuber who is making nothing but money off of my family and my disabled 6-year-old daughter using this for content. So this is supposedly John Cook. Now, the first thing that I notice here is he mentions having a daughter, which he does not. He does not.
He always says that she's not his daughter.
Right. So right off the bat, that's an interesting little thing, you know, there. We also, I mean, when you look at it again, you think, wait a minute, this is yet another claim about a child, and you know the things they say they never do. They never make claims that involve a child in Hales, but here we are with yet another one.
Right.
It's amazing. I mean, and they've been posting this thing everywhere too. So they've I thought this was kind of telling. So they didn't just post it in, give me 1 second. They didn't just post it on the belongs to me stuff, you know, quote unquote, belongs to me. They also posted it on things like the rescue that is supposed to be, you know, not for this kind of stuff. They keep telling us it's separated, but now it raises money. Oh, this is the other part of this too. So I got thinking about this today. They mentioned on the initial post there that they would be taking money several ways. They would be taking money through PayPal. Actually, let me see if it's still up and I'll show it to you. You know, give me 1 second. Let me see if it's still there. Because I kept thinking none of these methods of monetizing have actually ever been listed as far as I'm aware to like a court or anything else, you know. So here, yeah, check this out. Here we go. God, it takes forever to switch on through all these tabs. Okay, so the first time they were talking about it, they said, well, we have found an attorney, and again, we are going to need to raise the amount of $6,000. See, they even put in here, and again, so they know the stupid.
What did the last $6,000 do for them? Anything? They're still in the same situation. Their situation has not improved. The $6,000 that you all gave to them did not help them in any way. What makes you think that another $6,000 is going to help them? It isn't. It is a boondoggle. It is it's a losing error. Don't do it.
Let them. Let them. You know what?
It's so dumb to throw your money away on this. There are children out there in real cancer hospitals who could use the money. If you're determined to give your money away, give it to Ronald McDonald House, you know, where they house the families of sick children so that they don't have to spend money on hotels. Give it somewhere where they're actually doing what you know, I know several people who've actually benefited from Ronald McDonald House, you know, when their children were were hospitalized for whatever reason. But I don't know anybody who's benefited from any of this.
I watched the ecosystem have an absolute shit fit because they called Lynette Preston the worst type of monster that insults. She doesn't appreciate. Actually, I'll take back. She doesn't. They don't. That's what the fat said. They don't appreciate anything. Now they are trying to walk that back somewhat by saying, actually, it's John that needs it. it's not her, it's John. And it's like, no, you guys, you went after John too. You said that he was a piece of trash as well. But and then they mentioned this, and I thought this was actually telling, because they say, you know, a PayPal pool will be available soon, or this means they're established Cash App, they're established Venmo,
Sure.
PayPal, and
There it
Zelle.
is. Uh-huh.
Where have those been? You remember that thing we were just talking about with $6,000?
Yeah.
Did you ever remember anything listed about a Cash App, a Venmo, a PayPal, or a Zelle?
I don't, but I could be wrong.
I didn't see it in that amended filing. We walked our happy asses all the way through.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right. She never says that she has any of those things.
No, she talks about one bank account that you know, it's
Interesting.
asking about. Yeah. So I mean, this post is her posting and talking about this, you know, 100%. Let's see. This is new, by the way. I didn't even see this before. I'm glad I went back, because look, it's been posted in the last 9 hours.
Mhm.
Anyone can donate anonymously through the PayPal pool. This is so important to us to finally be able to get this weapon. It's a weapon, by the way. What a descriptor, huh? What a descriptor. It's a weapon. They post off of us would mean so much to our family. You know, here's the thing. What the fuck about this protective order? They say it's on them. Your life can run just as normal. The only difference in there is you can't interact with these people. What this tells me, when they're trying to fundraise to keep this away from them, is that they have plans to do something that's not good.
Yeah, you have to wonder, like, what is it that's interfering with their life so much? They're not allowed to talk to Jeremy or George. Okay, they're not allowed to be
get near them.
500 feet. You know, they have to leave the Walmart. So what? So you go sit in your car until they're done shopping, and then you go in. What's the big deal? What are the chances that every time you go, they're there?
Well,
not good, especially because they've been in Ohio for the entire summer and fall.
Well, you know, if they were going to, I'm sure a lawyer is going to absolutely love the interviews that they've been doing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, how do you deny that stuff happened? And that again, and John Cook in the first interview actually said just straight up, well, the judge told us not to do this, but we're doing it.
But we're doing it anyway.
Yep. Oh my God, it's amazing. But off of us would mean so much to our family. And I should not be going through this and being falsely accused with trying to hire a hitman, for God's sake. Wait a minute. Lynette, interestingly, this is Lynette. So who are you saying is posting this, Lynette? Is this supposed to be John posting? Because that is Lynette's posting style.
Yeah.
So, you know... It's interesting. She's latched on to the hitman, but also she's telling us the lawyer is for her too. That's what all this says, you know.
Of course.
But they're only talking about funding a lawyer for him, John Cook. That's all they're admitting to when they're doing this.
Well, of course they're lying.
Yeah.
That would be, survey says that's a lie.
Oh, what a mess. But for God's sake, this is the second time he's pulled this. Please, please help us. Every little bit helps. We know God is in this. Oh, yeah, speaking of God, you should see the wonderful thing they posted today. It's wonderful, you know. And he's directing it, and just don't know what his plans are. And it's hard. Well, here's a wonderful verse for you, Lynette, since you love talking about the Bible. You know, there's a few verses that they may not go right with what you want. Like James 4:12, you know, who are you to judge your neighbor? That's a weird one.
Yeah.
Who are you to judge your neighbor?
They're very focused on Jeremy and George. If they would just focus on their own lives and leave Jeremy and George alone, we wouldn't be here right now.
This is wild, though. I mean, again, and you've got idiots in the ecosystem coughing up money yet again. What a bunch of fucking.
I can't believe they're doing it.
They also, yeah. So you remember, Jeremy has been accused of hating the LGBT. Remember that?
I do.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, Lynette decided this would be the verse to post. And again, when I'm noting this, I just again, you know,
No, she didn't.
yeah.
Oh
She's like,
God.
Amen, dear Lord Jesus. So it
Amen.
says, and quote, don't you realize that those who do wrong will not inherit the kingdom of God? Don't fool yourselves. Those who indulge in the sexual sins,
Oh
worship
no.
idols, commit adultery, male prostitutes, or practice homosexuality.
Oh boy.
Whoopsie. I don't think that looks good. You know, I mean, they picked this out again. Remember, they targeted Hales and they said that they were going to send this everywhere to the LGBT, you know,
Yeah.
they were going to ruin him. Remember, he was quoting John Cook. I think this helps you understand. Also,
Oh, these people.
who are they describing through this? Let's see. Or are thieves? Greedy people?
Oh boy. Was she
Drunkards?
looking in a mirror when she wrote this?
I mean, seriously.
Drunkards and what else?
We got drunkards,
Abusive?
huh?
Or cheap people.
Wow, wait.
Wow.
Wow.
Or won't disclose where their donations are going? You mean those kind of people?
100K say what now?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. None of these
Wow.
people will inherit the kingdom of God.
I'm glad she knows. It's good that she knows. It's probably a good thing.
They always forget again, you know, the judge not. There's so many
Yeah.
verses on judge
Lest
not.
you be judged by the same ruler. Yeah, good
I mean,
luck.
there are so many verses on not judging others, but they are very good at judging others, you know.
Especially their neighbors. They really, really, really like to first covet what their neighbors have.
Yes, coveting.
She's been coveting her neighbor's house, ass, all of it, you know. She's been doing that for a while, but now God, I don't know.
What is it like?
People.
Do not judge and you will not be judged. Condemn not and you will not be condemned. Yeah.
I particularly like the one, do not covet thy neighbor's ass or wife. So wife or ass, neither one. You can't covet either one, folks. In case you were wondering, don't covet your neighbor's ass, even if it's a good ass. You can't covet it. It's wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Also, not coveting your neighbor's house, wife, their male servant. Yeah,
their vacations.
Their ox, donkey. Yes,
their ox, their ass. Their ass. You can't covet your neighbor's ass. I remember that from Sunday school. I remember learning that very well, thinking to myself, why would I covet my neighbor's ass? He weighs 200 pounds.
That's hilarious.
Well, when you tell that to a 7-year-old, you're gonna have miscommunication.
Well, I mean, there's like in Luke, he's be on guard against all covetousness, so I mean, you get that all the time. And yet, I mean, this has been pretty much what the ecosystem entails. Some of you.
Yes, there's a lot of covetousness. I don't know if you guys remember this, but the very beginning of this story, when we first started talking about it, I said from the beginning, this story smacks of greed and jealousy.
Yep.
That's what's at the root of all of this, is coveting what your neighbor has, which is there's a reason why it's a deadly sin. It's a deadly sin because it can lead to all manner of wickedness, which we have witnessed over the last 2 years, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you were watching this, but what was I seeing? I think George, on the Sunday night show, Jeremy and George on the Sunday night show, they were showing text messages that we've never seen before. Did you see this? And in several of them, Lynette was posting publicly about Jeremy and George being in Hawaii, taking vacations while she was at home, miserable and hating her life. She was stalking them, watching them, knowing where they were at all times.
That's bizarre, man.
And posting about it. Did you see it, Doug? Did you watch Sunday night? You gotta see those text messages. They're insane.
Oh yeah. I did. Yeah. I was thinking, wait a minute, what? My brain's still. I'm looking
It's
through.
just more evidence that they've been watching Jeremy and George for a
Oh,
very
yeah.
long time and keeping track of how much they make and who they're giving to and what they, where they go and being open about being covetous of what they have.
It's so bizarre.
It's so obvious is what it is. It's obvious. It's worse than bizarre. It's obvious. And the fact that we're watching these judges dither around and act like this is not happening is crazy to me.
I'm reading through like some of the stuff. It sounds like they also, as far as the ecosystem, they don't really know what to think about the bankruptcy. I don't think they think it's going great.
I don't think it's going great either. I think they're right if they think that, because it is not going great. The bankruptcy trustee is not happy with them. They have not turned in what they're supposed to turn in. They keep missing deadlines.
It's nuts. Between that and there was an actually a really fun admission too. They actually had an admission about fences. They said, let's say this. Where was it? Oh, okay. They say, so anyway, my point is that he thinks that the money that was for the fence was given to us in Michelle's name. No, actually, what really bought the fence was Lowe's cards that came from Amazon. Oh, and there was some cash. But they admitted, they were like, wait. They were trying to talk shit about Jeremy, and they messed up and admitted that, oh, well, what paid for that?
Interesting.
But they also noted some fun things in there too, like we had just talked about. They said that as far as this, so it goes back to what we were talking about with these other accounts. They were talking about only me and, trying to keep the money. They're making the point that the money's mine, the money's mine, because they said, Michelle has her own money. Michelle has her own Cash Apps or whatever, GoFundMe's, she has all this stuff out there. And I thought, wow, she has Cash Apps. She has all these different donation platforms. So they were admitting to it as well. So that's fine. That's really good. They're helping you out, Michelle, with your bankruptcy, with stuff that you didn't point out. I'm glad that they're reminding you all.
Yeah, I just got some information about another bankruptcy where there was a referral for criminal prosecution and jail time, an indictment for lying on a bankruptcy. I can't remember where. I think Shizzy had it on his show last night. He read a case where someone had done exactly what she has done, which is to fabricate things on the bankruptcy paperwork and leave things off, leave off income, leave off assets. And they got indicted and they got jail time. And I could see no major difference between what that person did and what LMNOP has done. But they're just going to keep effing around until they find out, I guess. And I guess we're just here to watch it go by.
Oh, my God.
What?
Is that new filing for Dave?
For Dave?
The one out? Holy crap. I was looking through it. Look at it. There's a certain line that just jumped out at me right off the bat, because it's something that you and I have talked about plenty, and we warned these people about doing, right? So I'm curious about this. It notes, check this here. It notes that Teschendorf's motion relies on complete fabrications of case law. Holy crap, man.
Oh, did they catch him on AI?
Oh, it sounds like he's got a real problem there.
Oh, boy.
If they've caught him in that is a problem. And I get that Bolito apparently wants to be known as the guy who doesn't sanction or cost anyone money except for
Randy.
Randy.
Unless it's Randy.
Yeah. I mean, that seems to be the case there. But at some point, you have to be like, wait a minute, wait a minute. You can't turn in fake case law. You can't do that. So I was looking over that. I was like,
I don't know. I'm starting to think that this judge is going to let them get away with it because they're pro se. I feel like like this guy is just not serious.
This judge to me acts like a clown. I mean, honestly,
he's not serious.
People, well, it's not even that. He has let them run away in his courtroom doing some of the most insane shit. They are sitting out here bragging about how they were evading, and he gave another 40 days for service. But I mean, still. What he's essentially told me is that if I ever get served, I can just go online, act an idiot, tell people, screw you. I can sit in my own house, deny service by saying I'm not there or whatever. And nope, I can't leave it with anybody in the home. I can pretend I'm not there. And that's just all I have to do anymore.
Yeah, but I have a feeling if you did that, you would be charged with evading service. But for whatever reason, these people get away with it. And I don't know if it's because they're pro se or what.
I don't know, but I
don't know what this judge's problem is, but it's a disgrace. It makes a mockery out of our court system, and I hate it.
Well, I would like it explained to me why we have Paint Chips and Bruce apparently writing to the judge to what is listed online. So I wanted to check those addresses, that we've seen in different filings, because we've discussed whether or not those are correct. We've wondered about that. Like, are they actually mailing to a legit place, or is it something else? And sure enough, they are mailing what online is listed. So if you look up, not just, by the way, Bolitho, but also Hinkle. If you look them up for the chamber's emails, they are what they're mailing to.
Yeah, and as far as I know, I do not believe that either of the judges, Hinkle or Bolitho, have brought those emails to the attention of Jeremy Hales' counsel or Jeremy.
I mean, that is a problem. That is because they have proof that it is being mailed. Like their counsel has absolute 100% proof, that they're going to what is listed online as there. That's
and who knows what else they've sent that they didn't copy the counsel on.
Well, they've already claimed that they were doing it before. So you have people that are 100% claiming that they are writing, that they've been sending. And I mean, they're still doing it.
And the judge is not disclosing it if that's the case. And now I'm more apt to believe that it is the case because I've seen it now with my own eyes that they're sending it to his chambers.
Yep. Yeah, because if you look up the names here, like I said, I got curious about it, so I looked up the emails for them, and they do match up. So that is definitely being sent out, going to it, and I mean it's verifiable. They have,
and it is some crazy shit. Let me tell you,
they are writing lunatic
stuff. Like any judge should be like, this is nuts. This has to stop. But these judges, they're just ignoring it and they're just letting it go. I mean, it's crazy.
If this stuff was pointing at one of them, though, if they felt, at all, like, see, what amazes me, this goes to the same thing that we were talking about with the immunity discussion, with qualified immunity. Anytime something impacts a judge or, like a police officer or whomever, if they have to deal with the same situations we do, people get their ass put in jail real quick.
Right, real quick.
But, for them to just straight up harass and do all of this craziness, it being aimed at a Jeremy Hales. No, that's okay. That's
crazy.
That's okay. Yeah, it's
and to order that the plaintiff has to just keep eating the costs for these people who are so clearly dodging service. It is so wrong to me.
He said they were. That's the crazy thing. Not only that, but in his so he put out an order saying that there were no case cited where you let me see. Let me pull that up. Actually, give me.
I mean, it's not like evasion of service is something you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to do it.
The rules. I mean, that's the thing. Like you're saying, the rules state it. You know, you don't have to lay down case law because the fucking rules state it.
Right. Why is he asking for case law too? That was a weird order from Bolitho. Really weird.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at it and say, okay, these people are evading service. They're 100% doing it. He's even said it. So, you know, it's not like it's questionable. He's noted it before. And yet, here, let's see if this will pull up right in a second. All right. And yet, in his order here, he says that the matter is before the court or whether the plaintiff's motion for Rule 11 sanctions, request withdrawal of challenges, personal jurisdiction, or defects in services. In this motion, plaintiff seeks sanctions against Stupid Dave. No response necessary. The motion, which lacks a citation to any applicable case law, fails to provide sufficient basis for sanctions against Stupid Dave, accordingly denied. Again, the rules stated it. Holy shit. It's are you kidding me, man? What a complete fucking work. What's going to be fascinating. You know, we talked about those appealable errors in this case. All of those letters that have been sent, and you can pull up online and state that all of this crazy nonsense that these people have been sending it to the judge's chambers that are listed there. That's a big problem. You would think, you know, it'd be like, a bias say what? Again, he allowed funding, potentially a funding offer that is typically not given to everyone, but for some reason, these people, you know, you have Lynette Preston and John Cook, those two, for some reason, he thinks they should get it. He didn't sanction the other lawyer that failed to even show up for him.
Show up.
Yeah, the guy who is in a second thing.
Who totally disobeyed several court orders, and nothing happened to him. Absolutely nothing. And he has no intention of doing anything to him either. I think we all know that by now.
I'll be shocked if something happens. I will be.
Nothing's going to happen.
I will be. I'll be shocked. You know, that's one of the reasons. Like,
you could even say that Larry is getting sued because that judge did not follow through with what he said he was going to do.
I mean, he talked a big game. I'm a potted plant. And if anybody
bring your checkbooks, but the only guy I'm going to ask for a check from is the one who showed up. The one who totally disobeyed me, he's going to get all. I'm not going to ask him for a check.
Yeah, the one who told me to F myself, essentially. I'm cool with that.
Unbelievable. And now you've got Bruce suing Larry for saying he was going to get sanctioned when literally the judge said it.
Yep. He said, bring your checkbook. What a clown. This is why people do not respect judicial authority. And, you know, when you look at all of this stuff, even when they make mistakes, they screw up. Like you saw with the qualified immunity, although there's something came up today that we're going to look at that'll be interesting. I'm wondering about that case. But for Luthman, okay, he's still dodging. So Randy asks him for more time. Like, hey, can I serve this clown because he's dodging, you know? And we get 40 more days. So apparently, I guess Jeremy, like one of the freaking rules is supposed to be that after a certain time period, certain actions are taken. You're not supposed to eat costs like this. But Bolitho, man, he's just like, fuck it, eat more costs.
Ridiculous.
It's the craziest thing.
And here's the thing, folks. The chat is saying it's time to get rid of him. You have to get rid of this judge. You can't get rid of a magistrate. He is not the judge. The judge is Hinkle. The judge who will actually try the case, who will be the presiding judge, will be Judge Hinkle. But the magistrate does all the work leading up to the trial, and you cannot ask for a different one. It doesn't work that way. You're stuck with the magistrate that you have. So if you've had problems with a magistrate in federal court like Bolitho, next time you go to federal court, you do not consent to having a magistrate handle your case. That's how that works. But there's nothing you can do now because they did consent to a magistrate, and that's what they have. So they have a guy who's basically an administrator handling the case until it gets to the trial. Then Hinkle will take over.
It's just wild, man. This is all wild. Now, there is one thing, and we'll go back to the Preston stuff in just a minute, but I do want to mention this because I don't want to leave the taste of the Bolitho bullshit in my mouth, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
For real. It's so ridiculous. I think, okay, here's the real rub, Lynette. I think that things went so poorly, even with you having every advantage in Fed 1, that the person that is no longer with you on that case, I believe they blew every opportunity, and I think that you will see a trial. If they dismiss it, there will be a real problem. Not turning over any evidence, not doing anything whatsoever. I think you could definitely, that would be appealable error and a half. So I think you're looking at a trial, and I just don't think you can win. I think you've deleted enough information. There's enough out there about you that you're going to have one heck of a time.
I want to address this comment here. It says Lisa feels that they get to change Bolitho because when the choice was made, she wasn't in the decision. No, actually, she doesn't. She doesn't, because it was assigned to him. She would have already had to have done that a while ago. There's no changing him now. He is the magistrate. He's not the judge. That's why you don't have a choice to try and strike him. Because he isn't the judge. He's just the magistrate. He's just the administrator. She's wrong.
Dude, she should be happy with Bolitho.
She can pass the bar, remember? Oh, yeah. She should.
Yeah, for real. I mean, Bolitho, like the stuff that they put in filings and other shit, anyone worth their salt would have just wrecked them for some of this stuff. But hey, Bolitho's like, hey, whatever. So, I mean, they should be real happy with him.
Worse than that, chat, the magistrates don't just get to hide behind qualified immunity. They have judicial immunity. Absolute sovereign immunity is what they have. Yes. They don't have qualified. He has sovereign immunity. He is a judge. They just call him a magistrate in federal court because he's below the trial judges, but he could still try it if it was agreed upon. He is a judge and he gets total immunity.
Well, and people don't realize how far that goes. I mean, you hear people complain. That's why when you look at some of the things, like again, what Dan Owens stated, like some of that should offend every sensibility you have. Because you should be like, wait a minute, this is not this is not a good argument. He essentially was saying, again, like if I get in trouble and I say, hey, I didn't realize I was breaking the law, I wouldn't be able to get away with that. But did you know that officers, that would include prosecutors, judges, all types of folks, that's not enough. Them being ignorant of the law is actually an excuse. I mean, the people that enforce the law or people that prosecute you for it, they're allowed to be ignorant of the law.
Mm-hmm.
And 100%. He also, he was playing games with that protective order. I have asked people, and I will ask you again, to read their argument, because their argument, it should offend every sensibility that you have. It should. It is just that egregious. He was essentially saying, when you read it, they were nitpicking the wording of the law, where he was saying, protective orders that are out of state. Yes, law enforcement, those officers have to care. Judges have to care. I don't have to care. And it's like, well, wait a minute. I don't think that's what that says, but okay. He also, noted, well, it's normal for me to go after the victims of a crime. If they have a protective order, if I want to go after them, that's my right. Fuck them. Just craziness, man. So we got this, though. Order regarding scheduling. Now, it talks about the defendant has moved to dismiss the case. That was the last thing that we saw there. Now, it noted that the court will issue an initial scheduling order after it resolves that motion. Now, it's interesting, to talk about what we're going to do afterwards. We're going to give a schedule after we go through that. To me, it almost feels like we're going to have an initial schedule, because it says the initial scheduling order will include a deadline for the parties' Rule 26F conference. Now, in the meantime, there will be no discovery. The parties need not conduct a Rule 26F conference. So that's kind of interesting for something where, we're talking about a case being dismissed, and yet we're still discussing the scheduling orders.
Yeah. To me, I mean, I guess the court has to rule on the motions that are out there.
Indeed. Yeah.
So I guess you could take it either way. You could take it in one way that says, well, he's scheduling they're already talking about, scheduling orders. So that looks pretty good. Like he's not going to dismiss.
Yeah.
Or you can look at it as, well, they're putting it on hold, the scheduling order, so he can rule on that motion to dismiss, and maybe it will be. I don't know. Look, I think if he gets over that hurdle, the motion to dismiss, that's a huge deal.
Problem there.
Frankly, I would be shocked if it gets past the motion to dismiss.
Usually
simply because they will cover themselves.
Yep. That's why we talk, the real fights happen in appeals courts,
Right.
That's where you get into it, because then you have discussions on merit. I still am not convinced that the email that is being discussed is the email that they mention.
It's not. It's absolutely not. And we know that to be the case because Jeremy Hales was denied that email, because they said he couldn't have it because it was under investigation.
Yep. Yeah, actually.
So we know there's another email out there that they are withholding from Jeremy Hales. So the one that we do have, damning as it is somehow less damning than the one they haven't released.
The one they're holding back. Yeah, they're setting on something. And that's the thing, though. They're playing in the court, essentially saying that, well, the one that you have there, that's the one somehow, when you look at the officer's statement there, the officer's statement does not read like he's reading that email. Absolutely not. You can look at it and say, there's something else out there. But they play it off like that is the only email. But again, there was a denial of giving. In fact, that has been shown. Let me see. I think I've got a copy of, because it was a request 25701. Let me see. I think somebody recently reposted that. Give me 1 second. Let me grab it real quick. Goodness, man. There's so much going on at one time. The Dan Owen fight is one that I really want to see play. I really want that to go further, because you should not have prosecutors being able to act like this. This is just absurdity, So you have a request here. I believe this was posted by Melissa again, because I grabbed it. Give me 1 second. Gosh, there's so many screenshots. Well, damn this thing. That is not my computer, by the way. It is StreamYard. I figured out after you show so many clips, for me, it blinks and it won't load them in fast enough.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it's nothing on the computer. It's just something on here. I can show links. There we go. But it's like you only get so many almost. So this was reposted, which I thought was interesting, because it was from June the 11th, 2025. It is a request talking about it says, please provide the correspondence from the SAO and or Assistant State Attorney Daniel Owen instructing the LCSO regarding the enforcement of Ohio Protective Order against LMNOP and John cook, which would protect Jeremy Hales and George, specifically referenced in that one report that we looked at. After reading the report, I have learned that LCSO has been instructed by Dan Owen how to handle the Ohio Protective Order when it has been violated, specifically stating that the deputy read the email from the state attorney's office and further added to the report, it read that he would caution against enforcing the injunction out of Ohio. Please.
Yeah, we don't have that email.
Yeah.
All we have is this email referring to that email. And that email, they say is exempt from FOIA because it's
That's what they were
involved
saying
in an
right here.
investigation.
Yeah. Well, here they had the request closed. You had been denied there. And then they noted, and they noted also, first, they consulted some time back with our state attorney, with Dan Owen, and was told the email was exempt.
Under work product
Yeah.
and the exemption described in the Federal Rule of Civil Procedure. What is 26B3A?
Give me a second. Let's see.
Attorney work product. Give me a break. Well, they're going to have to cough it up during this suit if it gets past the motion to dismiss.
Well, this is how, they act with all kinds of stuff. They act like this with body cam footage. When people think, oh man, I'm entitled to that. Yeah, you may be entitled to it, but just being entitled to it doesn't mean that they don't fight tooth and nail not to turn it over. It's strange when we talk about, we've talked about accountability and all this stuff, and yet you have people that, so the duty to disclose, that is, that's under, duty to disclose. Good Lord. Good God. You know what I really hate? I really hate how every site I go on now is like, hey, we're being funded, by the blah, blah, blah pay, and it's,
please pay.
I thought I had actually gone to one of the useless sites out there, but no, I'm actually looking at Cornell Law site that it would told me to. I had to jump past like 17 hoops to get in here. So that's what's taking so long. Let's see. So it's 26B.
B3A.
There's A.
Little b large, or little b3 large A.
So much of it. There's a lot here.
Of course.
It's taking a minute to. Well, it's not. Okay, the little b. Let's see. 3. Almost a 3. There's 3A. Documents intangible things. I believe that's what we're under. Ordinarily, a party may not discover documents, tangible things that are prepared in anticipation of litigation or for trial. Yeah, in
anticipation of litigation or trial. What litigation or trial? What litigation or trial would Dan Owen be gearing up to use that piece of evidence in?
Well, what it sounds like is that they would create litigation in order to circumvent turning that over. This is the thing. If they come up and they try to charge on something, what it sounds like is they have created something to hide what they've done. And holy God, if they come up with an arrest or something, especially when you think about the clowns that they have been working with. I mean, you have 2L, for example. 2L has been sitting around talking about how they have conferenced, they've done all of this stuff. They've even gone down there and talked to them. This is a person that is currently being accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars by the other person. Preston, who also has a protective order against them, has violated it multiple times. I mean, it's you can go through, and then who else have they talked to? Have they talked to some felons while they're involved in this as well? I mean, holy God.
Well, we know that they talked to Felisa because it's in their emails. We found it in the 500-page emails.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So we know they've been talking to her, listening to her spew lies about Jeremy Hales. Are they ginning up a fake case against him? And that email is part of their case?
She bragged that they had had multiple other meetings with her too. So she bragged that this wasn't it. She was trying to circumvent FOIA. You have to wonder, is that on advice from people like Dan Owen? Or they're when they're bragging about they're going out of their way to make sure that you can't find out what's being discussed, are they being told to do that?
It's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because, I mean, they made this is that letter you're talking about from November 2024.
Yeah.
But she bragged quite a bit. This is, again, the assistant to Dan Owen that's writing this. So it was like, it was called YouTube Call. Lisa Lee, I am unsure of where she is from, but is a fellow YouTuber. That's so gross, by the way. Fellow, like we're all pals, like
Right.
we're colleagues. We're not
like somehow she's on the same level, and that she knows things.
Well, it's strange, period, because that means that anyone that opens up a YouTube, somehow we're all fellow YouTubers.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's like saying, a guy that works in the post office in Venezuela is an assistant to Dan Owen. I mean, the same thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
But it is disgusted that this keeps happening to Redacted and family. They, unsure of who that is, by the way, just paid $5,000 to get them a privacy fence, and Redacted has moved the cameras higher up, more than 10 feet, to see over the fence to basically stalk them. And then
I have never, ever seen any footage on Jeremy Hales' page from a high angle over that fence, ever. Has anybody in the chat seen any footage of what looks like from a high angle, like that would be up on a telephone pole or whatever, or a tree, of the Turtle Purgatory? Anybody? Because I've never seen it. They keep saying this, but I've never seen the evidence of this. If this exists, fucking publish it already. I am sick to death of hearing about it. Where is this alleged camera footage?
Oh, hey, by the way, Debbie, I saw where you were noting like getting blocked. I did not have you on my block list, though. What I did was I toggled your name. So I go through, Maxley wrote me today and was like, there's somebody saying that they can't post or do anything. And, will you look at them? And they gave me their ad. So they gave me the ad. I went and looked. Now, when I look at it, well, I would show you how it looks, but I have to block somebody. But essentially, it tells me as the main person to hide or unhide, and I looked that way because the block list is it's huge. Like as far as we've blocked spammers, we tried to block all the fake umbrella guys. It's crazy, but it doesn't alphabetize any of it. But anyway, I went on and toggled there. But yes, that was not intentional in any way, shape, or form. And again, if anybody feels that they have been blocked like that, write me through email. I did not have an email, though. I looked for anything from your name too, and I could not find it in spam or anything. Now, if you wrote me on Facebook, or especially, I don't check Facebook. I hate Facebook. It's such a mess. But I went through and looked. But anyway, that was not intentional. And, again, there have been problems there. But again, I don't want any of you blocked. There are possibly, I'm going to say, a 0.01% of people out there that deserve to be blocked. Those are people that would damage the channel. Anyone else that gets blocked out, it could happen intentionally. If somebody, you could get blocked. I don't know. There can be mistakes. There could be something that comes up. Someone can make a mistake. But regardless, just write me, because again, I know some of you. I know some of your names straight off. And if I don't, even if I look through and I find somebody's blocked, unless again they've been blocked multiple times or something, I'll talk to the mods if I find a blocked person and ask them about it. But anyway, Debbie, I just want to note that I did, as soon as I heard anything about it, I toggled your account, but I've had to toggle bunch of people. I've had to do it to almost 30 people now. It's crazy where people are just not able to do anything. It is so weird. But anyway, I just wanted to address that when it came in. If you're having a problem, you feel like you're blocked or something, write my email, let me know, or have somebody hit me up that will get a hold of me and send me your @ It shows now. You see the @? If I type in your @ then I can find you right off the bat. So all right, I just wanted to bring that up. I know we were talking about something else, but I hate it when there are problems on YouTube or something, and somebody they can't, especially people like I said we know, they're because everybody's valued out there. So I appreciate you, Debbie. And again, I don't know what's up with that, but apologies. We fixed it. It looks like, so I'm glad, and I'm glad to know about it. All right, but let's read this. You want to read this, actually?
Sure. Where were we? Basically, has moved the camera. Wait, where am I? Where are we at?
We're right to, we were at 10 feet to see
10 feet. Yeah. Okay. Has moved the cameras higher up more than 10 feet to see over the fence to basically stalk them and then use it as content to get views and money for himself. She looking at so many Florida statutes that show, I guess, Jeremy is breaking the law and no one is doing anything about it. She asked what we needed to prosecute a case against him since all the others have been dropped and stated whatever we needed, she'd be sure to provide. I explained we get cases from law enforcement and told her to contact them and file a report and provide all evidence to them. And if they felt like a crime had been committed, then they'd forward it to our office and also provide all of the documents, videos, and information to us. She stated that she was unsure who to trust because he's on the town council now and that it's clear law enforcement hasn't gotten involved or hasn't done what they're supposed to. And this family is suffering and being cyber stalked and harassed by this man. And she and others are tired of seeing this online content. That's the gist of the conversation. It was mostly the same types of things over and over.
That's so nuts, isn't it?
Yeah, but I can't believe it even ended up in an email to Dan Owen. Frankly.
Yeah, well, it
hung up on her and been like, what a crazy bitch.
Well, it tells you, though, they talked about, though, that they have done this multiple freaking times. That they have talked to them and that they have taken precautions not to pop up in FOIA. They weren't writing letters. In fact, they called here. This is talking about a call by itself, but they bragged, oh, we've done this a bunch of times. And they've gone there themselves. So they've been in that police office again. It's amazing. People that are accused of stealing large amounts of money. And on top of it, being part of a conspiracy to stalk, including, like I said, there are felons involved and more. And they're just like, okay. Well, I guess Dan Owen wants to chill with that. That's nuts.
Yeah, also, I have a small correction from yesterday's show that I wanted to mention, which is Volmit's article was claiming that Jeremy is going after Michelle for malicious prosecution in one of the cases now, due to Silverman not getting a release or whatever. In Fed 2, so I went back and I looked, and in Fed 2, it is true, she is being charged with malicious prosecution in Fed 2. So that is one of the causes of action. However, Jeremy would never have agreed to a release, and he was always planning on going after her. So, it's perfectly legal. He can and could and did. And that's fine. But I just wanted to point that out. I did find that there is a malicious prosecution cause of action in Fed 2 against Lynette.
That's so weird, man. All of this stuff. Yes, I remember us going over that and then thinking about it overnight. But I totally forgot to write that down afterwards. So I'm glad
Yeah, it
you
just
mentioned
occurred to
it.
me now. And yeah, the chat wants us to know that Jeremy was never on the town council. So
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
she's just lying to these people.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Whatever makes her
It's just
story
a
sound more
giant middle
plausible.
finger is all it is.
Yeah.
I mean, these people though, it's just crazy because again, they what they continue to prove, they haven't just interfered with business, with channel. I mean, the whole thing is a business, first of all, but going from channel to platforms to sponsors, they've also interfered with freedom. The freedom to do. And again, Dan Owen, his ass should be looking at, hey, how exactly do I help enforce this? But his argument tells you all you need to know about how Levy County looks at protective orders. And again, remember, all of these people, they run on quote unquote victim advocacy. They all do. So just remember that. Where were we? Did we finish this thing, by the way?
No. Okay. Where were we? Oh, wait. Yes, I did finish it.
Okay.
That it was the same things over and over.
Yeah.
And that was signed by Katrina Sessler, who's the assistant to, back up a little bit, to Dan Owen, the division chief.
Yep. So, I mean, when you go through that, it's wild that they have called, because what they're doing. I've dealt with people trying this same approach. Again, I play the clip of talk to your mayor, but that's what they do. They approach every single person that they can, and they try to poison the well. And they have been, again, he has a protective order against the person. Again, they're talking about getting to do it,
Yeah.
And even with that, they're not like, oh, this is kind of messed up. This is kind of messed up to happen. I'm so grossed out by all that. I'm grossed out that they, there's more posts, by the way, from Lynette too. Let's look at a couple more. There's this one also. Melissa posted something. I always like her timeline challenges to stuff when it's posted, because she posted I kind of, I guess, counter to the next thing that we're going to look at. There's a post talking. It's Lynette, patting her own back, as it were, and she gives a timeline of when certain things supposedly happen, and yet, here, give me a second. Let me find it. I love it. Oh, I love the fact that Lynette posts some of the craziest stuff I've ever seen. She's at least entertaining, but I wouldn't want her attached to anybody going after anyone I know, because she's always here. Let's see. There's the challenge to it. So I want to pull up, first of all, the post itself, and then we'll talk about what's here. So here's Lynette. She had to post about how great, how great I am. This is because you need to give me the monies, essentially. Great. Yeah. So she's like, people that think I've never done anything for anyone, but here's a fact. You didn't know that I had forgotten. I love to sew because my baby could have, I will say, kicked from the beer bug or from disease or fever.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah. I created and sewed hundreds of fun but good face masks for families and neighbors. And a neighbor sent some to a doctor's son in Texas, and they ordered many, many more during the PPE crisis. So my masks were worn at a very nice hospital in Texas. I never charged a penny. She was like, John found one. I hope hospitals actually weren't using these.
Yeah, that's a little janky, if you ask
they don't
me.
Look clean either, just to say.
No.
I'm not trying to be an ass about it, but that looks
not really.
John found one in a box recently. It brought back those memories. I had so much fun doing it. Mine even had a pouch so that you could add charcoal filters at the hospital, and they have to they had to have the rating just like normal medical masks, so they would add a charcoal filter. Oh no, hospitals use regular freaking masks. That's, I mean, oh my God. Hospitals didn't use homemade masks during all of that. That wasn't
No,
part
it
of
was
their
the
thing.
hospitals that got the PPE, and the rest of us who had to fend for ourselves.
Yeah, the rest of us just ate crap for it. But
Right.
oh, when I saw that, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" But Melissa posted, "Damn it, Facebook!"
It's not. There's nothing like tooting your own horn, Like,
Yeah,
hey, I'm
right.
such a good person. Let me show you what a great person I am. Just really nothing more that makes me think, boy, that's really a good person if they have to tell everyone what a good person they are.
You may think I've never done anything, but let's go back many years ago.
Let's go back many, many years to the one good thing I might have done, maybe, but no one can really prove at this point.
Well, she posted an interesting little thing here. So she's talking about the timeline. She said, well, here we go. So here's the timeline for, again, all the stuff that was going on there. And as she notes in there, she's like, you're claiming that you did all this, all this sewing and all this material and stuff.
Mhm.
And this is the same time you're doing all these other things. Wait, what's going on here? Like, how are you getting material? First of all, I think this is a legit question. Where'd all that material? Did you say you went out and bought a bunch of material to sew while you're asking for items? Because she said the mask thing
tore apart all her $50 worth of clothes and made masks out of them.
She had a mask and wrap mask around neck, 11/22/20 article pics. It wasn't made by you, first of all. This was made by someone else. Plus, even in 2023, you claimed you wore masks everywhere. Not. And then on top of it, she was like, so also, LP, you bought all the stuff to make hundreds of face masks? With what money? I mean, if you look at this right here.
And she never got paid for it, so that would mean she had to fund it.
Yeah. And look what she was asking for at the same time in 2020. That would be at the exact same time she was talking about it. So here, we're going with 12/7/19. You see $2,000 for a lawyer for adoption. So 1/14/20 fundraising post for air purifiers, plastic set of drawers, donate on Facebook Messenger or PayPal. Here on 2/8/2020, $8,500 to help AHG adoption and medical needs. Then 04/13/2020 for the baby Shih Tzu. Then also 6/18/2020 PayPal adoption, first week in July, gives and to give HG a present. I mean, look at this. Then we have our purchase vehicle, man. Then sell ring to raise money for car was in November 2020. Then here 2020 for $1,500. PayPal link to finish the home study for adoption. Then 12/25/2020 was grandma group help her and HG with a beautiful Christmas. That seems to be an interesting thing that's happened quite a bit, by the way. Christmas, the best time of year to be like, hook us up with a great Christmas. We need a great Christmas. But I love it. I love that. Just pointing all of this stuff out. It's so strange.
I'm hoping this is the year I can talk my children into having a small Christmas. Are we there yet? God, I hope so.
My kids they're still on. Let's have a good one,
I feel like I'm on the cusp of it, though, since Hangry figured out that Santa is not a thing. I feel like I'm almost there. I'm almost at the part where I can be like, hey, let's just enjoy one another's company and not buy a million toys. That would be great.
Right. Well, it's so funny because the littlest one here, she asked for two things. Now, two things weren't cheap things, though, but she was like, I want a refrigerator, not a mini, like a tiny one, but one about her height. She's like, I want drinks and stuff, and nobody can take mine when they're mine. I can put them away. I was like, I even understand why you want that. And she wanted a larger TV. So I was like, okay. So right now, that's one thing I went and picked up. I was like, all right, this is a perfect time to TVs. They're about as everything else has gotten more expensive over the years, but TVs, interestingly, have gotten cheaper.
I have noticed that, yes. Chat, stop freaking out about Santa. You know the truth. Santa's obviously real. I didn't mean
Santa's real. What are you talking about?
I didn't mean it.
You were just trying to convince your child to have a cheaper Christmas. What's up?
I was. Yes, I'm a monster.
I like the I like the post also talking about this this Bible verse. Give me 1 minute and pull this back up here. This wonderful Bible verse that was pulled up here. So when we get to this and talking about all the sins, Melissa also posted one. It was like, I have a problem with the LMP and continually saying God will condemn us for what we do. But then you post this. So let's look. Look, sin. Now, weren't you a pole dancer? Isn't
that a sexual sin?
Yeah. I mean, you would think so. You would think that would be, I mean, does it only count for... Does it only count for males
or the homos? Apparently, she's very worried about the homos.
Yeah, it's so they tried to take and mobilize, as they said, the LGBTQ. They wanted them to attack Jeremy Hales for their statements when he read them back, and they've been like, "No, we don't think like that." Well, they seem to, don't they? So.
By the way, since we're speaking about the homos, shout out to hashtag Megan's homos. I see you out there. I love you guys. Thanks for being here.
I'm too old to care where you are.
I too am too old to care. I'm part of the We Do Not Care Club. I don't know if you've seen that on Instagram, but yep, I'm solidly there. The We Do Not Care Club.
Life, it's really hard to find
happiness. We do not care.
I mean, for real, it's hard to find happiness in life. And if you find happiness, I'm proud and happy for you. Yes.
Me too.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, honestly.
I have too much stress trying to figure out how I'm going to get into heaven. I certainly am not concerned about how you are going to get there. I do not have the bandwidth to freak out or worry myself about what other people are doing with their eternity. I really don't.
Fancy said, I told my 5 kids I was giving them batteries for Christmas, toys not included. There you go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Exactly. There's Tammy. Tammy said, don't care, just stay off my lawn. Yeah, there you go. That's how I feel.
Yep.
I just don't care what you do. Just stay off my lawn. But also, let's see, idols. They were like, well, aren't you the one that's actually idolized Hales? I mean, he's become the overriding thing. That's all you ever think about or do. Adultery. Odd it seems that you and Kathy, the one you boast about having arrested for SA, seem to have the same hubbies. Kathy got divorced. And
2 of them.
Yeah. Yep. He got divorced.
She took 2 of that woman's husbands. Isn't there something in the Bible about don't covet thy neighbor's husband?
Yeah, it's weird because Kathy got divorced 1996. You reported her 1996, then married the ex. Huh.
Twice.
That's interesting. Yeah.
She married 2 of Kathy's husbands. 2. I mean, look, you guys, just that. If you just knew that about LMNOP, isn't that enough to get your oh my God flags up? Like, this woman took another woman's 2 husbands and children. I'm pretty sure that's one of the commandments you're not supposed to break.
Then, I mean, thieves.
Thou shalt not fuck around with married men. Isn't that in there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's so.
Yeah, adultery, very much so.
There you go. There it is. That was the word.
Yeah. Well, your wording worked as well.
This is the abridged version over here. I'm doing the 2026 version.
The other thing, asking for people to give you things just so you can sell them off. Yeah, that might be, there's all kinds of things that might break there. Greedy, thinking everyone needs to pay for your cases, your house to be finished. Yeah, actually, covetous too. Like if, again, wanting what others have. You can you can motivate. Like for me, if I see somebody that has an I want, I strive to be where they're at, but you always have to remember too, people have their own baggage. I don't want their baggage, so I don't want to be them, because they all have their own problems. I strive to, like, if I see channels that's more successful, I try to be successful, it's just, you don't have to try to take from or knock someone down. Drunkard also, says, drugs weren't really a thing back then. You on a couch when you were 23 years old, pop Xanax like candy, even during a depot. Woo! Cheat people also.
No, that was Tylenol.
Yeah, of course.
That's what she said.
Mm. There's also, the cheat people. Well, you remember that lawyer? The lawyer's for 4 cases, and bam, bankruptcy. Nothing for the other cases. And so that's what Melissa. I was like, yeah, there's a lot of things you could put in there, and the issues, they start to really reflect on yourself. Maybe, just maybe, you don't want to point that at other people. It really doesn't look very good at all. Man, I think I want to look in this Teschendorf. I don't want to read the whole thing. I think it'll be one to review. I think it'll be good to review, but it's 23 pages. So
yeah, it's pretty long.
Yeah.
But
it looks like it has a lot of
first part is pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, I like that part again. So we've talked about repeatedly how they are using AI. And because they mentioned it again, Ray brought it up the other night. He brought up how AI was so great. You could utilize AI. It was better than a lawyer. And
that's what he said.
Yep. And I thought, why would you say that?
Because you're a dumbass. God. Because he deserves a dummy. Maybe he should be nominated for a dummy award for saying that. I feel like we could skip the nomination process and just give it to him at this point.
Give it to him.
Yeah. we may not even have a vote on this one, guys. I'm
wondering, even on, so the people that are gearing up to give $6,000 yet again, maybe it's not the people grifting that should get the dummy award. Maybe it's the people that enable them to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, after a certain point, you think, are you really doing that again?
It's unreal.
I mean, it's strange, but okay. So on the AI thing, though, one of the issues that we noted, and it's a big issue, by the way, is the what they call AI hallucinations. It just makes up fake things, and you can see them actually here, just to make sure that you realize this is a real thing, by the way. Ray, when he was discussing all of this, he goes over, wait, that's the wrong one. Crap. Give me a second. I had the wrong one opened up. I've got a bunch of them opened up, actually, is what it is. But he's talking about how lawyers and how, yeah, I'm actually with it too. I'm not crazy, but he was talking about how stupid Dave, how intelligent and amazing he is, but he's not a lawyer, but he's coming up with all this stuff. And he said, then I put a couple of programs on my computer so I can come up with some of the things that Dave has, and I can scrutinize what's been going on in a court case if I really want to. It's not free. You got to pay for it, but it's cheaper than a lawyer. Thank you. It's AI system, and it works pretty good. You can type a letter out, and you can have it correct everything for you. You can type it out as if you're submitting it to a judge. It'll do that for you. What it'll do? Correct it for you? Is that what it'll do for you? Okay. What's up? What I'm telling you is there are a lot of ways to tackle this. The best one, I think, is with someone that's established. That's my logic tells me. What does that even mean? The best one, I think, is with someone that, wait, are you talking about with a lawyer? That's what that sounds like, right? That's really
Yeah.
not logic, Kelsey. Then he's doing, oh my God, I love this too. He's like, somebody that's been through the same thing if you can, but there's very few that are brave enough to stand up, especially in this situation. I have all the lawyers. All of them. They're out there. And everybody's, oh, that one wasn't any good. They left. They're gone. That one passed away. This one's hiding. This one's in the bushes. Is he talking about a certain
Is he talking
guy?
about Bruce?
Yeah. No, actually, is he talking about Michael?
I have
You
no
know,
idea.
Chips? Because remember when we got that call, we were talking about him hiding in the bushes?
Oh, maybe.
Everybody's saying he's out there hiding in the
He's
bushes.
in his ghillie suit. One of them's in a ghillie suit.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
one is disbarred. Yes. God, he's not wrong. I mean, look. That one wasn't any good. They're gone. That one passed away. This one's hiding. That one's in the bushes. Yeah,
I mean, really,
one's been disbarred. One went to prison.
This actually sounds like they're lawyers. Okay, like
it does.
That one's not any good. Okay, they
one
left.
appears via Zoom live from the bathroom.
Well, this sounds like the same one. Okay, that one wasn't any good. They left. They're gone. I wonder who that could be. That
Bruce.
one passed away. Stark.
That's Stark.
Yeah, this one's hiding.
Bruce, maybe.
This one's in the bushes.
That would be Michael.
Oh my God, he's talking about lawyers they know in the case.
Oh my God.
We cracked the code live.
We did.
We thought he was talking about old lawyers that he's represented with. But in
Okay,
reality,
so the one who's hiding could be Paint Chips or it could be Bruce. That one I'm not clear on. Could be either one. But we know who's in the bushes. We know who
Leslie,
died.
Actually. That could be Leslie. That one's in
Could
hiding.
be.
Yeah.
Of course, Leslie is not currently a lawyer, so
yeah, but still, I mean, it's also Ray. So
Mhm. Wow.
It's just it's amazing. But when they're doing this, I guess the point in bringing all of this up is that AI has a tendency to just fabricate case examples. It will just make things up out of nothing. And this notes complete fabrication of case law. That's wild. I need to read through here and see. Again, we haven't gone through the whole thing. We can read it we'll see what I'll say. Unless something better comes up, we could read it tomorrow.
Yeah, we could. We can read it tomorrow.
But I mean, you never know. Again, this looks good. I'm just saying some of the things that come up that are so insane, like the Dave stuff. I love that. I mean, it was talking about, okay, well, we don't, whoa. What is that?
What?
I'm just looking at some of the statements. So like this, I'm rolling through. So it says, where here, it's talking about the, this right here. There's no matching quote found in this right here.
Oh, Orlando Sports Stadium
no
versus Sentinel
quote.
Star. Oh, I love it.
Yes, one. Yeah. I mean, there's no matching quote with this one. So it goes through. This is what this is what I was saying with
so embarrassing.
This is what I was saying would happen when they announced that they're using AI, especially that they're going to have problems. So it knows right here. Similarly, Stupid Dave and his motions included quotes from other source citations that simply do not exist. So you have this where they again note the quote here, and there's no matching quote in that, or this one, and it knows, hey, there's no matching quote here, and it goes through and it continues to go through, which is a big problem. I mean, this is bad because it's just, they're using, again, as it notes, they are sanctionable by this court. Now, of course, the court would have to get off its freaking hands and actually do something about something like this. But this is a huge issue, making, because you're making up items. They're not real. which grants the court the authority to address and sanction statements made in bad faith, including those constitute invited error.
I agree. He will let it slide. You know what he's going to say? He's going to say he's not in the case, so I'm striking it from the record, and you have to serve him. That's what he's going to say.
It's such a joke, man. I mean,
it is. It's a joke. The judge should sanction them, and he should be in the case for responding the way that he did. But I don't see it happening because this magistrate he's got his head up his ass. I don't know. I can't explain what his problem is.
It is suspected that artificial intelligence, or AI, was involved in these acts in the year 2025, with the great expansion of AI being used by many pro se litigants, such as Teschendorf and even some attorneys. This is an opportunity for this court to sanction these unchecked, unfiltered, and unverified copy and pasting of artificial intelligence into court. Yes, this is actually this right here. There are examples where courts have said that you have to treat these in the highest ways possible. You have to sanction. There was a lawyer that got hit with a $10,000 recently, from California. It was one of the biggest ones coming in, and people were flipping out about it because what it says is that these AI programs, they can't do this correctly. They're not misleading you. They're just making shit up.
Yeah, I've caught ChatGPT doing this, and I've said to it, this case, because I would look up every case that it was finding, and if it wasn't real, I would say, this case is not real. You have made this up. I am looking for actual case law with citations and links to where you found it. Then it would go, oh, you're absolutely right. Let me give you what you're looking for. Then it would give me another one, and I would go look it up. Same thing. I would say, no, you've done it again. This is not a real case. And I'm asking for only real cases. It literally did it to me 5 times in a row and would not admit that it could not find case law that I was looking for. Like I told it, I said, if you can't find the case law that's real, that matches what I'm looking for, then tell me you can't find it. Don't make it up. But it kept doing it anyway.
Well, that's what they're being sued over, issues where, again, false accusations. Some of the false accusations, been talking about that. Again, you can look yourself up. If you ask AI in a specific way about, hey, what about these accusations, and use ask about essay or something, for example. What about these accusations against, and put yourself in, and you'll notice sometimes it will make up false accusations about you. They're being sued because when people looked up specific folks, especially those with, let's just say, social or political leanings that did not align with the makers of it, it seemed to really pop up quite a few crazy false accusations.
How did Steve know what case law I was looking up? He says there's no case law covering yelling at slow driving tourists. How did you know that? Get out of my brain, Steve. There isn't room enough in here for 2 of us.
Let's see. Is there case law about
screaming at slow driving tourists?
And screaming at them. Let's see.
ChatGPT is totally going to make it up, by the way.
Well, the first thing it pulled up from Reddit 8 years ago was a Tennessee bill that would allow drivers to hit protesters and be a municipal liability. I think I don't really like how it determined what I was asking for.
It's really funny. Tennessee is now going on my short list.
Oh man, Tennessee has some crazy laws. We do. We have some wild ones, especially when you get into some of the little local jurisdictions and some of the weird stuff that they want to enforce.
That's funny.
Yeah, that view comes with a price. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's really weird. Oh man. Hey,
man, I can tell that winter is here because I'm getting so itchy. I am so itchy all over.
My hands have been You know, it was telling my kid, I have a problem, especially with the weather change, where it got cold, then it goes hot again. You have all
Yes.
the leaves and you have that moisture that gets under them. So it creates mold, and it gets, it's in the air and everything. And my
Yeah, it's
hands break out and my
terrible.
arms. Oh, geez. I
My
hate it.
all my skin is itching because it's
Yep.
drying out because it's so dry here now. Ugh, I can't take it.
Yeah,
I've
just
been in
leave it
misery this whole show. I'm
out.
scratching.
On here, you've been there.
I'm
I
like,
actually, I
I'm
was,
like, I'm just like scratching in the mic. I'm sorry if you guys hear weird noises, but my legs are so itchy. I feel like I need to peel my
I
skin
thought you were
off.
building a house or something. I heard all that.
No,
Going on?
I'm just itchy, scratchy. It's so bad. I need my humidifier. It's time for the humidifier to come out.
I mean, I was like, my God, I realized that you love arts and crafts, but can't you wait until after the show? No, I'm just.
Meanwhile, it's me. I'm just.
Oh my Lord, that's hilarious.
I've got a thing of lotion sitting on my desk where I've been putting it on the itchy spots on my legs, but it's not helping. That's how bad it is. It's bad.
Oh, I think this case has had some of the stuff that we have never ever seen.
Yeah.
We have never seen some of the ways that people have gotten together and tried to again wreck a business. And like I said, I don't know what'll go on with ThATu. I actually think that if certain things do, and he lets them off the hook, I think that you can definitely appeal it and potentially win an appeal because he has created so many issues. It looks bad. It looks really bad the way that he's handled certain things. So I don't know. I
Agreed.
guess we'll find out though.
We will eventually.
I make it weird AI pictures. I'm trying to put myself on the freaking Iron Throne and it's not working.
Sweet Rage says try to snail mucus on the legs. No, that stuff is too expensive. I can't put there's too much skin on my legs. I can't do that on my legs. There's too much skin there. I can only use it on my face. The dog does not have mites. We do not. It's not that. It's just the air is dry.
Actually,
And
you
the
know
furnace
what?
has
When
been
you say
on.
that, like I got a new pet, I was like, oh my God, does it have you can have any pet can have mites. So I was
Right.
like, it doesn't have snake mites, does it? So I was checking it over.
Snake mites?
Yeah,
Do
they
snakes
can
have
get
mites?
They can. Mhm.
Ew. No, well, Archie
Yeah.
Ruckus has a collar and I just
Anything can get
replaced it.
mites.
So
Well,
he
you can
doesn't have
see them on like
he
an
doesn't
animal
have any
app,
bugs.
but yeah, if places if they don't take care of them correctly, any kind of animal you can think of, you can potentially have to dip. Anything can get mites. It's gross, actually. But I was like, I don't know, because that was my first, the paranoia that popped up. Oh my God! So I was feeding the snake the other day, and the little one loves to sit down and help me with it, right? And she, I was recording it, and it was so funny listening to her because she was talking about it, and she kept calling the little. They eat what they call pinkies, little fetal mice, basically. They and she was calling them snake cakes. I was like, "Did you call that a snake cake?" She started telling Jess, she's like, "Why did the snake cross the road?" I was like, I don't know. Why? To get in the snake cake.
It's funny.
Oh, what a nut, though. Man, I tell you, this freaking AI does not want to cooperate with me today. I'm trying to put myself on the Iron Throne. Is that difficult of a request? My Lord, look at this, though. God. So here I am. Look, I'm floating above it. No. Here I am phasing into it. No. Hey, look at me. Here I am driving past breadsticks. Here's trees with little warp breadsticks. Also, here's me being arrested. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Uh-oh.
And Santa Tug. I like Santa Tug.
Yep, here's Santa Tug. He's just hanging out. He's at the mall. He's like, That's so much shift. I was making some other ones. Let's see. I was using, with Grok. People, by the way, if you've never used Grok, Grok has quite a
Grok
few.
is fun with the imagine function.
Yeah. Well, you can go over and create all kinds of weird little videos and just have a good time with it all, But I've made all kinds of stupid freaking images. Let's see. Look at this. Look, here's riding the train. Look at the breadstick forest here. I like that. This one over here on the corner. Look at the giant breadsticks.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was trying to get it right. I was like, I wonder which one.
I like the train ride. The train is fun with them leaning on the window.
Yeah,
That's funny. It's like depressed tug.
Yeah, here's what the what losing his case. What the what?
I like John Cook Sue Me Then.
Yep. Yeah, he's actually speaking in that one. Let's see. Give me a second. Give me 1 minute. Let me make sure there's no music in it. Let's say sue me then. Let's see. Check it out. It's like
sue me then.
These aren't very thought out either. These are just goofing off, taking a picture. And I like the hacker tug. I thought he was cool looking.
Yeah, I like that one too.
The breadsticks come through the windows in this one. Look, he's like, whoa. Here's Tug giving big up to Jesus. What's up, Jesus?
What's up, Jesus?
Yeah. Here's a assembly line Tug. They're drilling it and making it. Here's another. They keep giving me extra pieces when they're putting it together. There's playing the Clout Goblin card.
I like the Clout Goblin.
I like that. Here's a Santa, another Santa Tug. See out there. Look, it pops up eyes.
I like that.
Yeah, these two don't move yet because I ran out of tokens. So. But I think I'm back up for tokens. I think I'm, you get new ones every day. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm not paying $30 for freaking tokens for Gronk. I hate to say, I like it, but it's not worth $30 a month.
No, it's not that great. It's fun though for small projects.
Well, and it's fun for when you first, if you get in the mood for it, it's a lot of fun. And when you first start playing with, oh my God, the first few weeks that you have it. Oh, you'll be addicted to it. You won't do anything else but want to make AI weird pictures and videos. Yeah. All right. I'm going to hit super chat. So you want to hang or are you out?
No, I'm going to go to bed early tonight is what I'm going to do because I've been exhausted. So good night, chat.
All right. Well, I will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
See ya. By the way, Chad, so I got an email today. This is nothing on the case. This is just noting something. I have always loved this time of year for it. If you listen to audiobooks, Audible has a site-wide sale every year. And the last 2 years has been really good. Some books, now not every book, like a big mainstream book might be not that great, but I like to read like organized crime, like mafia books. I like to listen to them sometimes. And some of the books got down to $3 or $4 last year. So you look for books, that might be the time. I'll tell you when it comes up. You'll get a few weeks, but usually they pop it up around Christmas. You get it once, sometimes twice a year, but one time a year is really good. All right, look at that. Christine, thanks for the tune. My grandson Matthew turns 4 tomorrow. 4, that's awesome. Let's bust out that birthday song there. Man, that's great. Oh, the age there. Such a fun age too, watching them exploring the world. I love it.
Happy birthday!
Birthday to the little one.
From both of us
All
to
of us.
you. Happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday. We love to have you here. Happy birthday. Here's to another year.
And another year. And maybe 10,000 more. Heck yeah. That's beautiful though. I love it. I love it. Happy birthday to him. Max Lab, thank you for the super chat there. Thank you for dropping all these freaking filings too, sir. There is an ocean of them. And as I said many times, Max Lab has a channel of his own out there. You should not only be subscribed, but you can go help his channel out there. You can help him get his watch hours. And on top of that, you can go check out these documents that we talk about. You can look at them yourself. And yeah, there's a few people out there that pull documents. Documents aren't always, some documents when they hit, they are free. But many documents, depending on how they're coming up, people pay for. So remember that, unless there's someone that's involved in a case, or you can't get them. Like I said, sometimes people can get them here and there for it, but a lot of times people pay for them. So remember that. Again, help out with that channel. I think that'll be great. Fallen Hero, man, thank you for being here, my friend. As always, I say that every time. It's beautiful to say that every time. If you weren't here one day, I'd be like, where is Fallen Hero? Thank you for the gifted membership, helping someone else out there too. Appreciate you, brother. James, thanks for the 9 months, baby. 9 months for the love of breadsticks. I'm telling you, for the love of them breadsticks. Heck yeah. By the way, some people have asked about, playing with AI. I saw somebody ask, the one that I pulled up, I said was Imagine with Grok. The other one is Sora. So Sora is part of ChatGPT. A lot of people end up paying for ChatGPT and don't realize that there is an attachment to it that makes short videos too. So if you ask, if you can either remember, it's sora.chatgpt.com. But if you forget that, just ask ChatGPT if you have it. I actually use it. Yeah, antihistamines for sure. I use I use Benadryl, or knockoff Benadryl. I use it, but it knocks me out. So I've been having problems again through this medical stuff. My feet the other day, little watermelons, they just blobbed up. So I've had to prop them up. It was not fun. The joys of aging, man. The joys of aging. Not complaining, here every day, but I was just like, man, between those two, it's like, are you kidding me? I don't like, because all of this stuff comes with like a vertigo type thing. And then with all this weather changing and stuff, it adds on a vertigo feel. Oh, by the way, so Black Friday, I was supposed to have a doctor appointment, but it looks like they're going to want to reschedule. So I typically run around on Black Friday. And we look around now. It's not like it used to be in the past, where you could go watch people fight, have fun with that. I used to really love doing that and filming it, but nobody fights anymore. It's still fun to go and see how many people show up, like at a Walmart at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, just to see how many people are trying to get in there to get the whatever cheap thing is on sale this year. But it's not fun like it used to be. It's still fun though. I may go run around and do some of that. I'm not sure yet. What's up, Angela Quinn? Thank you for the 38 months. Thank you. 38 months, but was a watcher long before. Yes, I remember you for being here forever. And I thank you for that. No one has a voice as smooth as tuck. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I've loved the kids. Yes, indeed. It's amazing to be able to look at them through pictures. I go back and look at the pictures from our first projects when we went to a convention the first time. And I remember, wow, the little one hasn't even been born yet in some of that stuff. So, she has grown up with the channel here. It's kind of amazing to see. Thank you, Angel. Kermit Lips, thanks for the 6 months there. Please show the comments on the PayPal. Oh, yeah, let's do that then. Let's actually, some of the PayPal comments, give me 1 minute. I'll show them too. Yeah, one person gave 2 cents. Right. And they said on there that the reason they gave 2 cents was because they said that they were going to give them their 2 cents. So that's why they donated 2 cents. So here's the comments here. Give me a minute. Let me see. 1 second. I have to sign in. So just give me a minute here. I had to sign in to PayPal so you can see it. So here's the comments on it. Wait, let's go all the way to the bottom. All right. So you see the first anonymous comment was 1 cent for you and $499.50 for Jeremy Hale's lawyers. That's what that one says. Then it goes up here. Here was Sheila giving 2 cents. I saw her commenting on it. She said her comment didn't go up here, but she had a comment. But she posted it on Facebook. I saw that. Then here's a $2.50 from I hope this lawyer kicks their asses and helps you sue them. Well, first of all, that would be another lawyer. They will not be able to help them sue anyone. What this lawyer would be if it is for what you think it is. Like I said, these assholes never learn, though. They don't. They have allowed idiots to tell them, yeah, $6,000 for a bankruptcy that's gone sideways. And a person you said were liars, cheats, frauds, charlatans, all these terrible things. Now they're like, oh, but you need to give them more money. And it's like, wow. And some of these people, they do. And it blows my mind. It blows my mind. They were all complaining not that long ago about what happened with the last 6K. God, it's just amazing to me. Here's a Sarah Marie for 2 cents. Since I'm blocked on all your stuff for no reason, here's my 2 cents. So why don't you get a job and work like everyone else instead of always asking for money? You wouldn't be in this situation if you would just shut up. That's what it says here. So they've had some commentary on that. And again, remember, chipped in. Chipped in. Well, you can find out. This person actually, what's funny is chipped in actually showed it first. It showed $20 at the beginning because that was this person's total at the beginning. So it's interesting. Like I said, that's their commentary that is going through there. Thank you, Carmelos, too. Line Nut Mubston Esquire, thank you for the 2 there. Another fundraiser to piss off the trustee. Yes, indeed. And they're doing such a terrible way of concealing. Again, so one of the things that I meant to mention, by the way, here, one thing I did mention that we didn't read and I forgot to go back to is they posted this on the turtle rescue. And you can tell Lynette's posting because she says John is seeking the retainer for a good attorney to fight this frivolous weaponized protection order against us in Ohio. See, it's us and John, so it's her too there, and again, they're using the thing they say that they don't use for any other type of funding. They are using it to push this too. Please help us get justice we deserve in this nightmare so we can go back to focusing on our shell babies and our human child. That's so weird. And our human child? Okay. All right. But that's so weird. I like how the shell babies come first. But Jada, thank you for the gifted membership. Thank you, Jada. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. It's good to see you. Angela Quinn. What's up, Angela? Thank you for the 5 there. Love hearing the kids grow up. Yeah, you turn this into a full day. Indeed. It's been fun. I get to, like I said, I get to spend time with them. I get to watch them grow up, which is it's something you can't really put a price tag on. I get to spend days. I get to be available for them. That's kind of awesome, not having something leveraged between it. I mean, I do in my day. I have to do research. I do keep up with the things that are going on in the day, but it's, it's a privilege to be able to do that. So thank you all. What's that? It's Silk Idea. Thanks for the 5 there. Are they actually going after Sean? Please do it. He's a mean little guy. I do my content. Yes, they are going after him. of course. They said that they would be suing him. That's what John Cook has stated over and over again. He is going to sue him. In fact, he posted. I said poted. I don't know what the hell poting is. That sounds gross. Actually, it sounds like passing gas. Is what it sounds like. He posted about Sean and attacking him, and it was kind of interesting because, again, they have all gone after Sean hardcore, but this was one of my favorite posts about Sean that they put up. You got John Cook say, a paid assassin couldn't have screwed me over as much as Sean Martin did, and he will have his day in court too. Good luck again. Good luck suing Sean, and good luck. Again, they think that they're going to sue Sean Martin, and they think that they're going to sue Silverman. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Amy, thanks for the 10, man. Appreciate you. I hope all the people who donate remember that all their financial information is going to be available to Jeremy through the bankruptcy investigation. Yet, also, what it says when you click donate, there's a wonderful thing too. So if I click donate or contribute to it, it tells me on there that the organizer will see my name no matter what. I hope they understand that, because when you click into it, it says legal fees to fight a frivolous protective order organized by John Cook. It has how much. You can put a note, and it has a little thing that says don't show my name. And then under it, it says only the organizer will see your name. So the organizer will know who you are. They will see your real name, by the way. So I hope anybody that donates understands that too, that their name will be available to these folks, and it will be their real name. So yeah, and I don't really know how many of them, again, for all I know, all these people that are the ones that have given are people like, it's part of their little inner circle. So nobody else has done anything. Look at all those giftos. I love it. I love watching them hit. That's awesome. Thank you for that too. I just saw those. What's up, Maestro? You know what? I like going through the Maestro there. I hope you adopt that no matter what. I like it. For the two fools and their money are soon parted. Indeed. I cannot believe that people, again, they're doing the same thing. That they know better, and yet, what's up, Karen? It is your 71st. Can you get us all? Yes, indeed.
Happy birthday!
From both of us to you.
Happy birthday!
May all your dreams come true.
Happy birthday!
We love to have you here.
Happy birthday!
Here's to another year.
You know who else's birthday it is today? I mean, it doesn't, it fits in. I'm singing their own song. My mom's birthday's today. That's right. My mom is, this is her birthday. I was goofing off with her today, and I always laugh because it's right before Thanksgiving, So I always tell her, for holding out like for food, she's always like, hold off for food, until Thanksgiving, because it's too many big meals at once if we go and do something on that day. But it's her birthday today too, so I mean, she's good people. Those are very good people. I'm proud of her. She's it's crazy, like navigating a crazy world. Sometimes we're fortunate to have somebody around us that is a good person that helps us out and cares and loves us, And again, it's my mom's birthday, so I'm giving her some love there too. So you share that birthday. It's awesome. William, Thanks for the 5. I don't covet, but I do appreciate a good ass. That's right. There you go. That's right. You don't covet it. You don't want it yourself, maybe, but SF, thanks for the 2. At what point does Randy pamper the judge for bias? Well, again, with the magistrate, I think what you end up with, again, depending on what happens in this case, I think he is giving you a lot of issues to appeal on. You know, that's going to be the thing that these idiots they don't grasp. But it is amazing to me because the way that he rules on things specifically, you know, these idiots, he doesn't do anything with them. But man, like anything, he will nitpick Randy. It is so crazy. And he'll get shit wrong. I mean, wrong sometimes. You know, I've seen statements where he said that, again, like we were talking about with serving, he said that, well, there's no rules doing blah, blah, blah. And you can look it up. You can find case law. And it's like, yeah, there are. There absolutely are. It's wild. So William, thanks for the 10. In the sanctioned hearing in Fed 1, it was part of what pissed the judge off. His clerks had to do the legwork. You have to show how case law supports application in this matter. Well, the thing is, again, the rules themselves, dodging subpoena. We've already done this dance. We've already had our filings. And the judge acts like, I don't want to be the sanctioning judge. You remember that? You remember him saying that he didn't want to be known as the sanctioning judge? I think that's what we're looking at, really, William, when I look at it. I think that is good note, by the way. He also said, though, you know, am I taking him at his word for everything? Because I also remember him saying that if Bruce didn't show up, that it would be a problem for Bruce. And I haven't seen Bruce have any problems. So, you know, I'm just curious about his word. You know, if I have to step out of this, I'm a potted plant. If I have to get involved, then. And it's like, yeah. Appreciate you, my friend. Debbie, thanks for the 50 there. And again, like I said, if you have any problem, write my email, you know, and like I said, it doesn't matter how it comes up either. I take it. I take it in responsibility. It doesn't matter if it's a YouTube problem, if it's a block problem, if it's, like I said, if it needs to be shifted or whatever. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, if you find that you have a problem, I will try to fix it. I will always check, and I love and appreciate you folks, you know? So again, if you have problems, sometimes it's not on me, but still I want to treat it like it is. So, you know, my apologies if you have problems. No, ultimately, like I said, I don't want any of you to have problems. You know, even if I can't control it. I wish I could, though. I really wish I could, because none of you would have any problems there. Linda, thanks for the 2. Who is on the town council now? I haven't looked at the lineup to see if they've had any changes since the election. I'd have to pull up. I have to pull up the election list and again, see if there's, I don't know if anybody's moved or somebody in the chat, I'm sure, can clarify if there's been any shifting, any stepping down since the election. Give me a drink. Tizzy, take your problems out. If I could, I would, for real. You know, no, but channel, you know, again, the way I look at it is you guys make the channels work. You are the channels. So when there's a problem there, you know, I want you just as much as I want access. It's your channel too. So you should have access as well. So again, you know, I don't know what the problem is. You know, the proper way to handle things is to say apologies and to try to fix it. And if you don't know why, you just say, sorry, let me try to fix it. Because again, we talk about these, I've learned this over time. We are running a business here too, you know, but it is the most interesting type of business you can ever have. You know, it involves, you see the people that help you build this thing and carry it forward long term. You see them every time that you post something. And I like that. I like it quite a bit. But Linda, I'm sure somebody can, again, clarify. I just don't know right off the. I like the poops on Ellis Island. That was my grandkitty therapy cat for grandson with autism. Poof was a legend. I've never had a poof for we had for our animal. The one that I really liked was it a Manx cat? You know, that's what we had. But I've never had one before, so I don't know how they are. I wonder how their temperament dips. It sounds like they're amazing, you know. just to say, you have to send me a picture. I want to see, you know. But I've seen them because what was that one that people posted? Was it Carlos? Maybe I think it was Carlos. But yeah, I've never had one before. They are pretty though. But yeah, send me a picture. Terry, thank you for 3 months. There's not a statement, but man, that's a statement by itself. Thank you for backing the channel. It's much appreciated. Let's see. Rebrand story. Thank you for the 5. Again, there's not a statement attached to that, but backing is its own statement. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Amen. Thank you for the 10 months there. Truly enjoy your coverage tonight. Thank you. I appreciate it. I had thought about because the 6,000 thing popped up 2 days ago, right? So it got kicking. We mentioned it yesterday, but I got thinking about it last night. It was like 6,000 again, you know, isn't that weird? I mean, they had the same exact number as they did before. Isn't that an odd one? Like they have 6,000 yet again that they're asking for. It almost seems like, I mean, I hate to say it this way, but if it would have been 6,000, I would have asked for 6,500 or something, or something, 5,750, and came up with $250 just so it wouldn't bring up the memories of the last one, you know, because what that does is it's almost like a spit in the face of people that contributed just to be insulted when the thing went bankruptcy. And there were a lot of people that were mad about that. They were very mad about that. Now, yeah, I'm not telling anybody what to do with their money either. I'm allowed to have an opinion on it, but I am not in any way, shape, or form telling you that you can't give your money. I am stunned sometimes by some of the things that I see. I think it's interesting, you know, when I see people posting religious scripture on things too. And when I talk about scripture, I'm not trying to insult people's beliefs. What I'm going for on that is I find their interpretations interesting because they leave out themselves. You know, if we're going to talk about the bad that people do and other things, all people are flawed. All people can be better. All people are striving to be better. So, you know, when you use statements to cast aspersion, to look at a person and be like, you're garbage and I'm better than you, you know, which we see a lot from certain folks that post about how, you know, God will have his wrath on you, basically. That's not how that's supposed to go. But hey, thank you, Amy, by the way. I appreciate you. Dan Davis, thanks for the fun there. I was 62 years old. I found out Santa was not real. Man, you know what? You were 62 years young when I told you that Santa is real. In fact, every year I use it. I don't know if you all have ever seen the app. I actually like it. So the little ones were playing one time, and some kids told one of the kids that Santa, you know, wasn't right. And how it upset them so much, you know, because she's the littlest one. She's at that age where, you know, that's when you get older, you come to that realization of everything on and just whatever in your own time. You know, you look at what you believe on that in your own time. but somebody had done, had been ugly like that. So the oldest was like, "Yeah, Dad, there's an app that will allow Santa to like send a voice message, and it's like, what is it? You can type it out. Let me see, give me a second, because I think it's called PNP Santa Claus." And you should just check it out. It's wild. If you ever want to have a video or anything like that, even just to goof off with friends and just for whatever. But yes, Santa will definitely hit you up. Real right. Thanks for 5. I found out about Santa 4 years old. I asked my dad why Santa had the same handwriting as him. My dad said I was smart. One of the things I used to do with my mom, I loved doing this. Every Christmas, we would go, and this was my grandparents were alive. They have everything like set up. It was so like nice at their house. Well, my mom and we would sneak in where the tree is at night, and we would, without unwrapping anything, we'd try to peek in and see what some of our presents were. Check them out. You try to peek in through the like where the wrapping, where it has a little bit of a like a crease or whatever. Not unwrapping, like I said, but we were trying. I loved doing that. So it's so much fun with it. Bunsen Rockin' Stone. Thanks for the 2. Ho ho ho, Megan. That's right. Ho ho ho. No, Megan. No. That's right. You gotta have that. You gotta have that Santa down. Santa doesn't appreciate when you don't believe in him. Like I said, Sora created me a mall Santa, which kind of cracked me up. I need to upload that. There's so many that AI again. You can have so much fun with those. I love making different ones there. What's up, Tracy? By the way, Tracy, much appreciated. So it's 5 drop in. I love watching the gifted memberships hit. Thank you, Tracy. Much appreciated. It makes people's days. So you guys that do gifted memberships, that's awesome. Helps the channel, hooks up others. Thank you. Wanda, drop that 2 there. Howdy, people. Howdy indeed. Hey, folks, how you doing? That's right. Howdy. Travis, what's up? Thanks for the 2 there. Hope chat, mods, and Utah family are doing good. We are doing pretty good. Again, this stupid weather and the itching thing is annoying, but yeah, we're doing pretty good. Like I said, the little one, I think she conked out. She's been getting up really early, and she's been falling asleep at like a very normal time. That's why she hasn't rated as much. So it's been kind of nice in its own way. She's not. She's kind of getting adjusted. She also she wants that Santa hookup too. I did. Like I said, she does know that TV wise, again, she asked for 2 items specific. It's so funny. She is such a picky kid. You get her, she asks for a couple like little things and stuff. And if people give her stuff, she likes it, but she usually picks out 1 or 2 things that she's like, that's what I want. And that's usually it. And she asked for, like I said, a larger TV to see with, and she asked for which is good. Sissy, so she had a problem with her TV earlier on. We had to get her a different one. So Sissy is now. She was like, "Well, I want this one she had," because she asked for something bigger. It's easier to see for her, So Sissy was like, "I want that." So it all works out. Jen, thanks for the 2 there. Yeah, it's the antihistamines. Yep, indeed. I've been busting that out. I've also been using the stupid spray. Some of that, it helps sometimes, but it just depends. Hot water works. It's a terrible way to do it, but it still works. Tizzy, what's up? Tizzy the bounce. I think this weekend I'm gonna watch another one of your videos. I think that's what I'm going to do this weekend. But thank you for the gifted membership there, too. I really do want to watch another one of your videos, too. I enjoy them. They're funny. And Debbie, what's up? Debbie dropped 5 giftos. Thank you, Debbie. Like I said, I got to watch those fall into. I love it. I love watching them come in because, again, they hook up people, and it's great. It, like I said, it helps out and it hooks people up too. Love it. Emma, thanks for the 2. Amazon does free ebook weekends too, like Audible. See, that's awesome as well. I actually picked up, so I wanted to go back. There is a book that a long time ago really got a lot of acclaim, and then people just forgot about it. You know how that goes. But there was a book called The Descent. Now, it's not the movie The Descent. It's about well, you should read it. It's by this guy Jeff Long, and he wrote a book after that called Deeper, like going into this unexplored world even deeper. And I liked it, but I have not thought about it in years. And I noticed it came up on my list of ebooks for, I think, $5 for both of them. Now there is no they're too old. They have disc books. Like, I wouldn't mind having one, honestly, but I wanted to listen to that book Deeper. I actually liked that book. Some people they didn't like it as much as the first, but I liked it. I liked the ideas that were in there and stuff. So I wanted to listen to it, and I couldn't find an e-version, but with the Kindle, it'll be able to read it to me. So I like that. Also, Emma dropped 2 there. Hey, happy birthday to your mom. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. She's such a good person. Like I said, she puts up with me, and I'm crazy. I'm so crazy. So, Spin Doctor also, thanks for the 10 there. Happy birthday, Gigi. That's right. That's right. Happy birthday to her. Indeed. Like I said, she puts up with me, and I'm always goofing off. I'm always clowning, and now I've got 2 little mini me's that act like me sometimes. And she's had to put up with it a long time. So I appreciate that. No, she's good. She's a great grandmother as well. So I do appreciate her. I'm glad to have that in the kids' life too. Debbie, what's up, Debbie? Thanks for the 20. Happy birthday for Tug's mom in March. I'm gonna be 71, 72, maybe 73. Hey, getting old. Yeah, I don't mind aging. I hate the forgetfulness sometimes that goes with it, and I hate that my body doesn't like me as much. Every year my body's like, yeah, I don't like this as much. So that's what I don't like about being older. I do like the fact that I am much smarter than younger me. Much smarter. I'm in a lot more control. I've dealt with all my stupidity and gotten all of that out of my way, thankfully. So I do like that, but the other part, yeah. And Spin Doctor, thanks for the in there. My kids are 29 and 30. I tell them Santa is real for everyone who believes. I'm 59 and still believe. Hey, it feels good. You know what? I hear people say, oh man, Santa, no, blah, blah, blah. You know what? What's wrong with Santa, honestly? There's the idea that people can have some uniting factor about good. If you're good and nice to one another, you're a decent human being, then there's something good that happens. Great. I love that. I love the idea of it. It's not a terrible lesson. There are many lessons like that in life. So I have nothing against that. I like it. Now, I know some people argue and say, well, it's really parents that are, well, you know what? My kids, when they get older, they'll understand, and they know I give them stuff. I don't need credit when I get stuff. They know I love them, that they matter. But if they want to think that something is keeping them in basically helping them be good, just like laws and everything, that's great. I'm good with that. Cynic, thanks for the 2. What is Santa called legally lips? Ho ho ho. No. You crazy fool. Appreciate you, man. Let's see. Troy dropped Cash App there. Appreciate it for 10. Thank you for thanks for the memories. Indeed. Hey, I hope today has been entertaining too. Again, I didn't go as long as there were other things. Like I said, we have a 20+ page filing that we could have gone over today, but I I felt like the $6,000 thing and these random the smaller decisions. Like again, the Dan Owen, I'm curious where that's going to go. And I really again want to push people to checking that out and other things. So we'll pick that up. I'm sure tomorrow, unless again something just crazy breaks off. You never know, it may. You never know. Let's see. Also here. Let me see. Carol, thanks for the 20 there. Y'all going to go over Gingrich's bar complaints, knowing they accepted 6. Mike and Judge Mars is glorious. His days are numbered. Yeah. I saw where you also said it's okay to read this. So I did catch that before there. I read it before I said that. Yeah, I'm sure Megan will, and if time, I'm definitely reading them, and we'll see how things work out. But I know Megan for sure will. One of the problems I've been having is just keeping up with anything else outside of this case. I mean, I read the stuff that comes up with Owens and everything, and some of it is so crazy, and there are so many parallels. It is just this has become hard to keep up with, I mean, you have so much crazy. You have letters, there's stuff that you don't see that goes out, and it just, like I said, it's all nuts. It's such a crazy thing. And Vanessa, what's up, Vanessa? Thanks for the fun there. Happy birthday to Gigi. We love her even though we've never met her. Yeah, I need to have her pop in and say hi one day when I'm out. I need to record her saying hi to everybody or something. So it'd be fun. She'd be like, everyone on the interwebs. She doesn't know much about it. I love that. I love it. But thank you there. We do appreciate all she does for you and the girls. Indeed. And she does a lot. Like I said, she's great. All right. I'm sure Chizzy is on. So let's see. I have not set up a redirect though. But go over, give him some love, and go have fun. Go have some fun. All right. But I'm going to jump off here. I'm tired. I'm going to prop my feet up and take some antihistamines. I appreciate you folks, and we'll see you.